All right, kids, it's time for Bingo is Life.
Yay!
The podcast. I'm still Jay's Air. And over here we have the two.
Both of us.
Both of them. Howdy, show boys, brothers.
Howdy.
With their Bingo is Life t-shirts on.
I know.
Michael and Christopher.
Hey, thanks,
Thank you,
Jay.
And
Happy.
Dan Easley is feeling a little bit under the weather.
Boo.
We miss you.
We miss you, Danny. Oh, Danny boy.
Danny boy, the
Danny
pipes.
Bye.
Over here, the hardest working gal in show business, the one and only Mum Shackles.
Yay.
Hey.
I don't
With
know about that.
The cool t-shirt on.
I got a cool t-shirt.
I already introduced myself.
You're
Yeah.
Jay's here.
Sci-fi writer.
So, yeah. I wrote this whole novel that we're all living in.
You know, I listened to a guy who was saying that we need to stop being excited about everything.
Oh,
Who, us?
boo, wah.
What,
Who?
on this podcast, you
No,
mean?
not
In
on
life.
the podcast. In
life in general?
Because things aren't as... Because we're conflating excited...
You mean the whole world, not just the Howdy Show.
Excited
Oh,
with
okay.
happy.
Yeah.
We're
I was like, you guys
I
know.
was getting ready to
So-
be personal.
excited with happy.
Mm-hmm.
And you just can't always be happy.
Right. It's
But-
Well,
because we're
that's-
advertising a false reality where everything's wonderful. Go buy this. You'll feel great. Go to this. It's going to be
Yes.
wonderful. Get these tickets. Like, I mean,
Yes.
and I am a part of that machine where it's like,
Yes.
buy these tickets. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. Come see the show.
I'm really
Get in here.
excited tonight
Yeah.
to be here. But you're like, what? But are you excited? Are you happy?
And I can't wait to clean up and go home. Honestly,
Somebody.
got some great cats. Can we just sweep this thing and
So this is, I'm just wondering if this is, something against like capitalism, consumerism,
Yeah.
or is this something that, just in general?
it's like toxic positivity, I would
Toxic
say.
positivity.
Yeah.
It's also just being too much.
Too
It's
much.
too much. Like we humans.
Yeah.
This is
We
nothing to do with the bingo. Doesn't
Bingo
matter.
is great. You should come. You should come and enjoy it. Bingo is great. Tuesdays
Bingo
at
is
Ruby's
cool.
Arcade. Bingo is
Is
live.
that what we're talking about? That?
Yeah, that.
Oh, okay.
Because what happens is everything is that.
Everything is
And
that.
and when everything is that, then everything is
You just burn out everything.
You burn out. It's you need like a week. Like for instance, you need a weekend. Weekends are meant to like decompress.
Recuperate.
Everybody's working for the week.
Yeah, and if everything is always on,
It's
all
not you
the
that needs the
time-
weekend. It's the weekend that needs
The
you.
weekend needs you.
By the way,
just something to think about.
We have the only person in the Silent Dave and Aaron chair is Tucker, the
Hello,
influencer
Tucker.
dog.
Oh my gosh,
He's
Tucker's crashed.
he's getting grumpy.
Yeah. See, Tucker's got it figured out.
He's like, you know
not
what?
all into it.
He's not excited about the podcast. He's
No.
excited about the nap under the podcast.
Yeah.
The nap
That does look
under
like a
the
sweet
podcast.
nap too.
Maybe that should be the new name for the pod. The nap
That's
under
Tucker's
the podcast.
memoir.
Maybe you fellas are feeling a little morose from the post Rolling Stones tribute
Oh
letdown.
no, I tell you,
Yeah.
I couldn't feel any more excited.
Excited.
Is that right? Well, no.
You should be really proud of yourselves. You
Yeah.
threw a wonderful party
Oh,
that
thank
involved
you.
a wonderful cross section of Harrisonburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
Sorry, I had to call the police. I was.
Yeah.
it was you. It was you.
Do you know the last time I had sat at a party, had to talk to the police? I was
Yeah.
probably in my 20s. So it was really
Thank
interesting.
you, Lord Dent, for sending them on their
you
way.
got rescued by the associate mayor, correct?
Right? Thank you,
Yeah.
Laura Dent, for
Yeah.
telling the cops that we're cool.
It's
It wa-
fine.
I don't know. She stepped it up though because they didn't come back
Yeah.
after she
Yeah.
talked to him. Whatever she said.
There
to
was
him.
probably some other really loud parties going
This
on.
is a civic
They're
municipal
on Devon.
gathering.
Well,
There
I
was-
mean,
I'm
the
sure there was
reality-
plenty to do. It was a Friday night before the big game.
Yeah. What's funny
In
is
town.
it was 8:30.
Yeah.
Okay, 8:30, and I don't believe cops ever bust parties at 8:30.
It was a little bit loud.
It was
on
a
the
little
little
loud.
bit on the loud side.
No,
But I like the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was. I mean,
No one was arrested, so we're okay.
No one was arrested. We're good.
I don't think anyone was super
What was
angry.
your
so-
favorite? What was your favorite song of the night?
Let me throw out there first. I've thought about that question. I do not like to think about it as favorite.
Okay,
I think there were definitely some things
Memorable.
that stood out.
Okay.
That I was, and I'll go ahead and start with one just because it was the first one, and I think being the first was like that's an extremely hard place to be to start it all off. And Dan was there, and the Automatic Sweethearts, they did a wonderful job just jumping right in, and I really respected that. I thought, my God, I'd be nervous.
I got a
and,
video of that.
Oh yeah.
But most of it, I did not get it started in the first 20 seconds.
Gotcha.
I appreciate that.
There was a really cool biker driving around Court Square earlier this evening, long hair flowing in
So
the
you got
wind.
that. Plenty of that.
No, I'm telling an anecdote. The long hair flowing in the wind, and he's
Yeah.
driving his Harley, and he pulls up to the red light, and the stereo was blasting, and it was, "I'll never be your beast of burden."
Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah, that's synchronicity with poor Dan.
Fun fact,
Sitting
it
at
wasn't
home.
coming from his radio. His bike was actually singing it. It wanted a break.
But anyways, I thought it was a great start. It was like right to the front, and that was one of the things that stood out to me. I thought.
How about you?
Oh, I probably can name 5.
Well, name 5.
Man, no doubt.
Yeah,
no
okay.
doubt.
I'll go top 5 then. But no particular order. But the fact that my son, I asked, we needed a cowbell.
Oh my God, he was so good on the cowbell.
And he came up and did not even know the time and just started wailing on it.
Yes.
And we figured out the time within a few moments. It was a big laugh on the stage, a big laugh in the audience. It takes a lot of guts just to jump on the stage and start opening a song. And I was so proud of it. I mean, that's a dad being proud of their son sort of moment. But I just loved that he did that. And that song, when I looked back at it, I go, oh, it was a little slow. But no, it was perfect. And the fiddle player from the Steel Wheels, Eric Brubaker, came and joined us like last second.
That was very cool.
Everyone that was in that band was just disgustingly talented, and the Kelly May, Crystal Armentrout, I loved them.
Yep.
I loved their energy. The Hot Mamas, oh my God, Amateur Rodeo just absolutely destroyed.
Right.
There is a video that someone took that's not Ed, and of them doing their song, and it is phenomenal. If
Her
you,
voice
I think
is
it might
so
be
beautiful.
Ed Spencer maybe took a video. I don't know, but yeah, it just you really can pick up all the little things that he's doing on the accordion.
Oh, he's a really
And
good.
he's a really good accordion player, and he was doing some really fun stuff with the accordion. Christian Parrott absolutely killed on with. Well, a little bit with me and Oliver, the Basement Rebellion, but those solos were just killer. I just I love, and the people were dancing. I love that Lynn Lowe was dancing. I love that there was a group of people that there were just people getting down.
I will throw out there too, as far as the Basement Rebellion, Carl's bass work.
Oh, my God.
was
He said,
phenomenal. Phenomenal.
They sound so tight, and he said he hadn't played with Oliver for like months. That's what he told me. Is that not true?
That's true.
I guess it would be true.
That sounded really tight.
I'm telling you, man, these guys are good. I said I need the best bass player in the Shenandoah Valley. Who's available? Carl Brooks.
Dang.
That's the one I'm going for.
Cool.
I mean, seriously, he's amazing. If you do not know the Findells, they are awesome.
Yeah.
But Carl Brooks can
Run,
play.
don't walk to
What?
Stanton.
Wasn't he on this show?
He was.
He
on
was.
This show.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Go to
he's-
that episode.
Oh,
Yeah.
go to that episode. He's
Right.
awesome. He's-
Episode 79.
No.
Is that right?
I just made that up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you
good.
might want to fact check that.
You
Fact
can-
check that.
You can
Fact
go
check.
look at
Edit it in there.
So I
63.
think I named more than 5 there, but I mean, the whole night was special, and it went by quick. I mean, I know it was a long night, but it went by quick.
It wasn't that long. It rolled through there.
Sadly, we did lose 2 acts. Maggie's last shift
Yeah.
and the dad bods.
That's why I couldn't. I was like, I didn't hear Maggie's last shift play.
Right.
Yep.
Right. You
What
did not.
happened?
They had one of the members couldn't make it. Another member was going to fill in for them. I mean, they just had
It
things
just didn't
come
work
up.
out.
Yeah,
Have
there's
you
something
seen
about
her
going to the
dressed in
hospital.
gold?
And then
Yeah.
Like
here's the thing though, Russell
thing.
Shank, little behind the scenes, Russell Shank was still going to play it just by himself, just do the
That
piano.
would have been cool.
It would have been amazing, but we were short on time
Yeah.
because we had to be done by 10,
Oof.
and
And the cops are right
and the
there
cops
waiting
were
for
right
10
there.
o'clock.
So I told Russell, I
Standing
said,
there tapping their
I told
toes.
Russell, I said, I'm sorry, man, we're going to have to cut that song. And he was-
Russell, if you play, we're going to burn this to the ground.
yeah, and he said that was fine. So now the dad bod, sadly, they weren't able to come because Josh Harold's father passed away. So that was a bummer. But they, he sent me he was like so thankful that he was invited. He really,
Well, it worked
was-
out that if you were short on time anyway, so it
Mhm.
Yeah.
would have been nice to have everybody.
Would have been nice to have everybody, but it was a lofty to try to get 24 songs in.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
Yeah.
so 22 fit. Yay!
Yeah. Jay, what about you? What stood out?
What stood out? Holy smokes! Well, what stood out to me was how tight your rhythm section is for with the sympathy for the
Oh.
bells.
Oh, yeah. Oliver
with-
and who was his friend?
Graham,
Graham.
Who's Graham?
Graham Vass.
What was he playing?
He was playing the bongos.
No, but the bass with
Oh, and then Carl Brooks.
Yeah,
Carl
Carl.
and
Yep.
it's I mean it sounds really tight.
Yeah, no, they're really good. Well, I mean, so I just throw out there. I know Oliver's my son, but he's got it. I mean, he does. He has that ability to. He's a very good drummer.
I was having
Good job. Way to raise that.
Yeah, I mean, he is a good
I'm
drummer.
with Mum Shackles. I was having trouble focusing because I sort of was going on kind of towards the end. So you
Yeah.
and then I'm trying to think. There was a lot of really good stuff. I'd heard Julia sing that song in the rehearsals. So I was not really paying attention because I was going on next. But I'm sure that was really good.
Yeah.
And then
Rebecca,
Rebecca was good.
Yes,
her
Rebecca
vocals.
Porter.
Holy cow.
If I was to give an award for who impressed people that had never heard, I think
Yeah, right.
Rebecca
right.
Porter
Well,
won that
she's a
award.
real. She sang the national. Wait, is that who?
No, that was Kelly.
That was
Kelly.
Kelly
Oh,
May
yeah,
who
yeah,
sang
yeah.
the national.
No, but Rebecca Porter,
Sorry,
her
get me
voice,
off this podcast.
she did the thing that like it's not easy to do, to like really belt it well and in the right places. And so not only did Sweet Virginia sound good, but when she sang on Dead Flowers,
Mhm.
I
Right.
thought she
Kind of added the flair to
Yeah.
it.
Scott Murray talking about having
Scott
courage. I
Murray.
mean, just to get up there and when everybody else is like rocking out and
Yeah.
do a
Oh, it was a nice change of pace.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It's Scott Murray, and he's probably not going to listen to this, but go see Scott Murray. He's such a good person. He's such a good human. Me and him chatted a good bit that evening, and just all my love for Scott Murray.
hey, what time is it?
Oh.
Mom
my.
Shackles.
Oh,
You're kidding
my.
me.
Hang on a second. Let me pull
There's
it
a,
up
there's
here.
a there's a time.
Is it time for?
Dan Easley, turn up your radio.
Yeah, we'll tell him when to chime in.
Okay.
It's time for an unexpected notion from not Dan Easley.
Oh.
Silly fellow, are you so brittle? Contracting the flu from a fest of fiddles? Drink some fluids, take a leak, flush the toxins, so you'll be back next week. That was an unexpected notion without Dan Easley.
We think that's cute.
I think that's cute.
We've decided to find it cute.
We decided.
That sounds- I guess we're going to be missing the debate.
Yeah.
I don't see what it's you're either if you haven't decided, you're either going to vote for Pedro or the Mormon cheerleader. So what do you need to watch the debate for?
Only if you got tots in your pocket, Jay. That was a Napoleon Dynamite.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Well, we went down a rail there.
It could have been Jimmy Carter versus Abraham Lincoln. Nobody knows. It's the future.
Yeah.
Right.
After the Bronze Age collapse, they'll be trying to figure out what year this was. Oh, let's take that by the.
You had mentioned earlier. I'll bring it back up. I'm interested to have a little bit of a conversation about. You had a couple friends that are in a music scene that exists at Restless Moons.
Well, not
And
not,
they
not
say-
just at Restless Moons.
Okay, but there is a music scene
Well-
that crossed over with another
well-
music scene.
Well, Michael Palmer, Daddy Sir, who has Daddy Sir and the Brats, and he was really interested in being involved. But so I had him to play guitar with me, and so he shows up and he's like, I don't know anybody here. I said, yeah, it's like a Philip K. Dick novel. There's like this two alternate music scenes going on. And he understood exactly what I was saying. 'Cause-
right.
But it's sort of the it's not a complete separation, but it's the crowd from. It's more involved in like the open mic. Cheryl Sewell and Sean,
Love Dog, you
Love
said.
Dog, Sean Waddington, and but then Red Miller. Do you know him?
Yeah, the Red Miller Band.
Red Miller Band, and then Brian is usually with Brian Liskey,
Yep.
those crew. But it's sort of a whole different. It's kind of a two different things, two different groups of people.
Yeah, but
Maybe they're younger. I
Would you
don't know.
say that both groups were there at the show?
Not
No.
completely. I mean, Jen was there, and from Love Dog, and Michael Palmer was there, and I think
Cheryl Sewell was there?
Cheryl Sewell was there.
Yeah.
Well, this is just my total subjective view from not getting out much, but it does seem like there's.
I mean, every group has their following in their community, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a wonderful blend of all of
Right.
those. I felt like I had because I had come from our improv show on Friday, and I missed the first half, and then I came in, I just walked around back because I don't drink, so I didn't even walk in to say hi to Richard. So I just came around the back, and it was just
Because that
like,
takes 15 minutes just to say hi.
I gotta say hi to Richard. And but it was a lot of my favorite people in town and around were there.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
just so
Cool.
lovely to walk
Yeah.
in amongst that. Also, when I come out of improv, I'm usually in a really weird headspace.
Oh, sure.
So I'm like grinning at people. I'm like, hey, look at you, oh my gosh. And just walking around. And it was very hard to focus. I don't know why I even started talking about that just now. The groups of people and the communities. Yes.
She's
they were
in a
there.
weird headspace
there-
right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we had improv practice yesterday, so it's just. Ugh.
Still
I mean,
hasn't worn off yet.
There's people who, if you ask them what the best band in town is in pop, rock, country realm, would say Who Shot John, or maybe 3 or 4 other choices, and that those folks aren't. There's a scene that goes on in the wineries and the
Sure.
and the outskirts of town that's different than what's going on downtown.
Well, I was glad we had some Stanton folks there too, people that I think.
I actually
that's
reached out to Who Shot John.
oh, did you?
Yeah, I did because I really wanted them. They're on my come on, y'all, get in this, get in this thing,
Yeah.
and they did not reach back. There was another guy too who plays around. I can't think of his name right now, but he plays with the fiddle player often at Pale Fire. Really good looking young dude,
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl. Anyways, so there were people I reached out to that did not get back with me. So
Harrisonburg also has like a heavy metal scene,
Yeah, that's right.
And so you had a little bit of that with Crab Action. Like it was a
Little
little,
bit.
just the edge of it.
Well, that's the beauty of Crab Action. They're you can I don't know.
Yeah, they're like
Chameleons.
Yeah, well, the Chameleons, but man, they're just so relatable. And then they killed. I mean, they
Yeah.
were so much fun. That's another one that like my son.
I
and his
see. I
friend-
see. I would consider them a gateway band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did Crab
Agree.
Action
Yeah,
20 years
yeah,
ago,
right.
and frankly, my whole life went to music.
No, I agree.
Give it up. Right.
I agree.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
That was my warm-up song for my senior year in high school, 1976.
Oh, nice.
Jumpin' Jack Flash.
was it really?
Jump-
It really was.
They killed.
They
Oh,
we,
it's
could,
awesome.
we couldn't.
I loved how they mixed it too. They put in a couple other throw out phrases from other songs.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
Jump,
jump up around, up around. And then crisscross will make you jump.
Oh, there's so many jump songs.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I changed the lyrics to the last verse of Can't Get No Satisfaction.
I thought you did.
Yes.
I
yes.
was like,
I
I,
thought you
can't
did.
sing that.
Yeah,
I can't sing.
I
got
really
it.
loved the words you chose, though.
I did too.
Yeah,
I can't sing trying to make some girl
Yeah.
66 years old.
You know what? Well, I thought I thought it was hilarious that Bruce Johnson is the one person that we had to be like, "Where you at, Bruce?"
Yeah.
He's the,
He was sitting right there.
the whole time.
I found him. I found him.
You found him?
Yeah, I was
How
the one
did
who was like, "Hey, Bruce, you
You're
need to
needed
go
on
play."
stage
He said,
now.
he said, I told him we were going last. I said, why would they put us on last? All right, everybody can go home now. We're going to let Jay and Bruce play.
Now, I will say that maybe something happened because I was just Bruce adjacent, but like later on in the show, I was supposed to be up there, and I'm just hanging out talking to people, like having a good time. And I looked at the board, and and it says people's names and not songs. So I don't know why I just didn't connect.
Right. You were somebody we had to wait for too. We're like, Mike, we need Mike.
I think I was talking to Jonathan Schreck.
Yes.
And I was like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Yeah. I was there. I listened to the music. I could hear it really well, but I didn't listen to a dang thing because I was just talking to so many people I was excited to see.
Yeah, that was the thing about keeping the bar low, which was like when I looked like Bruce wasn't going to show, I was like, I guess we'll just do it without him.
Yeah.
That's the only good part of the song is Bruce on the mandolin.
It's a perfect opportunity for me to say the sound was amazing. Thank you, Tuning Fork.
Tuning Fork.
Thank you, Joel Delgado. John Waddington. Both those guys, they loaded in all that equipment.
And Joel was so easy to work with. I like to pick on Joel because I'm like, I can't remember what he said. He said, "Hey man, I'll get you whatever you want." And I was like, "I know you don't mean that, but thanks."
You're still connected to that Eternal Salvation Organization.
He was great. I definitely want to throw out there. He was great because the other thing is, we had 49 different musicians.
Yeah.
And probably 49 different instruments. It was just...
It was a lot.
To keep... Yeah.
Although we did do a pretty good job of sharing a back line.
Yeah.
Which was great. But helpful. I thought that they were great. But I thought it was also, when I was in the audience, it was loud enough that I could... I felt like immersed in it, but I could also talk to my neighbor. Right. And that right there is what...
It's good balance.
The problem with Pale Fire was everybody was so loud.
Yeah.
It was so loud. All you could hear was either you had to be right up front to hear the music, or else you were just hearing people talk.
Yeah.
And there was no middle ground. And being outside gave us that space.
Yeah.
Where we could. So that means thank you, Restless Moons, for that space. If it had rained.
Yeah,
totally different ballgame.
So the Lord was on our side, basically.
Absolutely.
Is what you're saying.
That's because Jay Zare was playing it.
Oh, thank you, Jay, for your connections with
Mennonite Jesus.
God.
He has decided to follow Jesus.
Who's the?
Whoa, Jesus, Jay Zare. Interesting.
Oh, now it all makes sense.
Who's?
Do you know what the word gospel means?
I do.
Good news.
That's right. It means good news.
I know what the word gospel. Good heavens.
Yeah.
Good heavens.
I went to Eastern Mennonite College.
Yeah,
What was that? Good heavens.
Good heavens.
Good heavens. Talking about.
And what is the good news, Jay?
Well, that just depends on
That's
Well, you don't go to Jay for the good news, guys. Didn't you know?
Which side of the wine glass do you drink from?
I think I
don't go to Jay for good news.
I think I said something
I'm not the one
funny.
getting excited about stuff.
I was pretty excited though. That I said it doesn't matter how good or bad this goes, Jay's gonna hate it.
That was good. That was really good.
Yeah. I felt like that was a nice. I think people appreciated that.
That was a good. Yeah, that's. I have to work that into my act.
Yeah, you should. That was good.
It was fun. I asked some people. I sent out an email. I was like, "What do y'all want me to say about you?"
I never got that.
He knows what to say about you, Jay. He's got your number.
Sorry, buddy.
Have you heard the good news?
Because I haven't. I'm Jay Zare.
Let me introduce you.
Jay there. Oh man, it was what a treat. It was such a good evening. Now, I say that things that could have been better. There are things that could have been better. The weather was perfect.
Yeah,
the venue's perfect. The sound guy was perfect. The bands all were. I am
also very glad they decided to put a beer station outside.
That was brilliant.
That was awesome.
Yeah. No, I think Restless Moons did it right.
Yes, yeah.
By doing that.
Huge kudos to them.
We tried to raffle off a poster was not successful.
Oh.
We did raise a little money
Yeah.
for the band for the bar, but not a lot. And by the time we actually gave out the prize, no one had their tickets out. No one was looking. Roz came up to me and was like, I think I found the winning ticket.
I'm
I was
close.
like,
You
yeah,
did.
you won. Just take the poster, Roz. It's yours. So that was that whole area.
I don't think you're supposed to give those secrets away.
Yeah, that's fine.
This is how hippies do things. Now you know.
Yeah.
That whole area, I won't do that again.
Raffles are difficult.
Raffles are difficult. And I should not try to do something like that there.
Gotcha.
Or
More of a silent auction kind of.
yeah, silent auction would have been the move. None at all, because it was free. That was a big piece of the puzzle.
Yep.
That because it was a free show, no one brought cash or anything.
Sure. Yeah.
A bunch of people said to me, they're like, I don't have any.
I don't have any cash.
Yeah. Who carries cash?
I'm a volunteering musician. You expect me to have money on hand?
For a poster?
Are you kidding me?
I don't even have a wall.
Where's my beer ticket?
Yeah, right. They were really good about their beer tickets.
We have someone in the silent Dave chair wants to get involved in the
Oh.
show.
Oh,
Tucker.
Tucker.
I think he wants more water.
He might want something
To eat.
to eat
Yeah.
or
Oh,
That's good.
another female cabochon.
well, that's
Oh, whoa.
spicy.
Okay.
All right, Brittany.
Hey, good
You're the
news
last
by
one.
Tucker.
Tell me about your. So you said you rolled up. All your favorite people were there. Did you have a moment that was like, hey, that was cool?
Just jib jabbered around.
Yeah.
Everybody was just having a good time. It was such a good vibe. You didn't. Corrie Lynn made her own dress.
Oh my
and
gosh,
She
Corrie Lynn.
debuted it at
Yeah,
the show.
yeah.
and it was gorgeous. I didn't get a chance to talk to her, but I did see her through the throng.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, that's a cool dress.
Yeah,
And
it
someone
was-
else was like, she made it. And I was like, dang, she's a cool lady.
Corrie Lynn has a brand new album that just came
right.
It
out.
dropped on
and
Friday.
Y'all can go check out Corrie Lynn Green, or maybe it's just Corrie Lynn. I don't know what she
Right.
goes by.
I'll put
But-
some link on there.
Yeah, but she's got a new album. Check it out.
Yeah. And yeah. Okay. So here's the other thing that happened at the party, because it was a party. So for the past few years, I haven't seen Sarah Murphy for a long time. And I credit her on my website for giving me the name Mum Shackles, because we were very close at one point. But you know, life
Oh, yeah.
and things and boys and all those things happen. So the past few years, she's been back in town. I've been back in town. We've been kind of like in the same circles. The past couple tribute shows you've had have been well attended, and we've both been there. But we've been like ghosts in the night passing, and I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I want to see how long this goes, you know. So not in a malicious way or anything, but just the stupidity of it just cracked me up, and I was like, how long are we gonna like pass each other, not noticing each other at the same
right.
place? So I was digging through the throng trying to find Erin so I could be like, Erin, let's hang out, because she's my buddy. And I get to the end of the crowd, and there's Erin, and she's talking to Sarah. And I locked eyes with Erin, and I was like, oh crap, she's talking to Sarah. I wonder if I can keep this going. And I tried to duck behind somebody, but I'd already made eye contact with Erin. And then Sarah turns around. It was a slow motion thing, and I was like, oh. Moment of like trying to decide, like, do I want to keep the game going, or do we just, you know, talk to each other like normal people? And we talked to each other like normal people. It was lovely,
I think there's a piece of this story missing.
but I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We'll talk to you
Sarah
later.
had a cool shirt on. I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome. So you get to
So you finally were able to connect.
Yeah.
we got you. That's good. That's good.
Let's see, Jonathan Schrag. That was probably the person that I was like, oh, I love seeing
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, I
He's
did too.
He's such a good human, and I
Yep.
never see him.
Yep.
So it was super cool that he was there.
I think the last time I saw him was at Red Wing,
yeah,
and we got to
Agreed.
hang out for a while. It was super cool.
yeah. No, and I think that's I had Lee from Dave and Lee, who own Radical Roots Farm. O'Neill is her last name. She sent me a message that made me feel really good, and I had a lady that I did not know asked me. She said, "Are you a community organizer?"
Yes.
Yeah.
and I was like, "No, Like, well, that's not my job.
Yeah, right,
You know,
right.
What does that
I'm
mean?
in maintenance in Augusta County Public Schools. It's my job, but it also made me feel really good. I just,
That might be your job, but your role is community organizer.
hey man, it was super cool, and I
Yeah.
said it to the group. I'll say it to you guys. It takes a village. There was many Mom Shackles made the beautiful poster designed, and that I thought really brought to life
Thank you.
the show.
Big challenge.
The
'cause
idea.
You've had some beautiful posters for the other tribute shows. So there's a lot to measure up.
Oh, and then you did. You did. And did you catch at the end what it looked like when everyone signed the outside?
I did see that.
It looked
was
good.
nice.
It looks
yeah.
Yeah, it's very
It's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of that. I
Yeah.
think you did such a great job.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Yeah, it was. There's, I mean, but the house band once again stepping it up, being amazing. So many players that we don't normally play with. So,
Yep.
yeah. Anyways, beautiful evening.
It was good. I'm glad we
Bella
could.
notte.
Thanks for letting us listen to us soak it all in.
All
This
right.
has been the Afterglow.
The afterglow, the process.
Basking in the Afterglow.
Yeah.
Jay's still basking. Give him a moment.
This
while
has
he
been
continues
Bingo
to
is
bask.
Life, the podcast, brought to you by Ruby's Arcade
Hey, thanks, Ruth.
Oh yeah, bingo was fun tonight.
Oh, man.
in the
was
Wine
fun.
Brothers building in downtown Harrisonburg. Also, Clementine Cafe. Got some great food, great action, great excitement. Are we signing off? Is the music playing?
Oh, I think it is.
I hear the dulcet tones of the Mike County Show band in the background. So anyway, Dan, get well soon.
Yeah.
Truly.
Grayson and all the
Grayson,
other,
it was great to see you Friday.
Mhm.
all the other,
Oh,
Yeah.
Grayson.
Yeah, he was there.
That's right.
all the other 6
There.
people listening to the podcast, our self-congratulatory romp through the fields of azure. Wait, help me out. Where's Dan Easley to sign us
Elysium or
off?
something? I don't know.
We'll see you for Bingo is Life every Tuesday night at 7:30, live and in person, and then the podcast whenever you.
7:30. Is that when it starts?
That's when it starts.
It is. Okay, good.
Whenever.
Everyone looked doubtful for a moment.
And the podcast whenever you want to here on the internets. See you next week, kids.
Bingo is Life, a post-bingo Harrisonburg podcast, is brought to you by the Brothers How to Show and our friends at Ruby's Arcade in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you've enjoyed the show and feel it's worth spreading a little joy in this world, please tell just one person that you like this podcast. Word of mouth, more than any other form of promotion, is how creative works get noticed and sustain themselves. Thank you, Andrew Hickey, for that bit of wisdom, and thank you, listeners, for being part of the fun.